Negative vibrations are against us. Endure and overcome. I want to give all the honor, glory, and praises to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, RAWACHAA, QADASH. Double honors to my elders at Great Millstone, taught me the truth through the Spirit. Single honors to the elect. Peace and blessings be to all the sincere men, women, and children that do consist of the 1/3, and also to the confusion of faces in the four corners of the earth. Shalom, shalom. As the forces of evil are starting to lose their vice grip on reality or on their dominion, it's time for us to usher in a society or a new heaven and new earth wherein dwell of righteousness. And as I understand, whenever bad happens to you in your life, it's a balance of the Lord. There's no such thing as all good all the time, as they say in church. But what side of the fence are you on? Are you on the side of evil or are you on the side of good? You know? And us, we are on the side of righteousness, the right hand side, right? So as good things happen in your life, remember bad things must also follow, right? Because for one, we're already under the curses. But I've come to the fact it does not matter how much positivity that I could possibly put out. There are always going to be negative forces. And then there can even be times that people that always present themselves in a positive manner, because we're all human. So, we're all, let's say we're all sentient beings. Let's say that much, right? So we emote. We have emotions, and we all have our moments where we may boil over a little bit, right? But we never want to go to a point where there's no return. And pretty much what's been happening is that at my job, I've been busting my ass to the point I have supervisors at a tug of war asking me to work for them. There's even a guy that's going to be leaving my job that I work at now. We fix on airplanes and things like that, to where he's like, listen here, I don't care what they're offering you. What I can offer you, you can't refuse. Well, I'm gonna contact you. It's like I'm at that point. So I'm up for a promotion. They're already trying to get me into another spot where at my job the position's open. They're just waiting for the paperwork to go through. And I noticed that the closer and closer I'm getting to my promotion, the more and more these spirits are starting to try to get to me. Like I said, people who will be an unlikely candidate to treat me, not even treat me, to speak or say certain things in a certain manner. Those people even had to come back and apologize to me and say, I'm sorry. I even thought about it when I got home and yada, yada, yada. And I've had my moments too, but they know me enough that if I have to go there, evidently they're out of pocket or they've done something wrong. But nonetheless, though, we all could be at fault. The point of the matter is that it's a constant battle between good and evil. Remember, when you're dealing with people, you're still dealing with a spiritual entity. This entity is housed inside these physical bodies, these physical abodes, right? So you have to understand, no matter what you do, from the right-hand side, the left-hand side is always trying to see you fail. It's no different than two NFL teams on the same field. They both are trying to do the same thing. Put the ball in the end zone or through the uprights. You're on the basketball court. Both teams are trying to do the same thing. Put the orange ball in the orange rim, right? And to stop you from doing it. So what do you think Evil's trying to do? Evil's trying to go out with a coup de grace, take you down with them because they know they have but a short time. But what are you supposed to do? Overcome. So this is Sirach chapter 33, verse 10. And all men are from the ground, and Adam was created of earth, and much knowledge the Lord hath divided them, and made their ways diverse. Some of them hath he blessed and exalted, and some of them he sanctified and set near himself. But some of them hath he cursed and brought low, and turned out of their places. As the clay is in the potter's hand to fashion it at his pleasure, so man is in the hand of him that made him, to render to them as liketh him best. So I never really knew about good and evil like on that level until I started coming to the Bible. And I started to realize there's a reason why you have people who commit heinous crimes, because that's the left-hand side, right? So the Lord created spirits made for vengeance. Spirits for men to war. There's spirits for men to conquer. There's also spirits of men to lead by example according to the word of God. the word of YAHAWASHI. And YAHAWASHI, I'm one of those men. And I truly believe the elders of Great Millstone on down to also those men and like-minded men. But that's the battle that we have to go through. It's a spiritual warfare, y'all. What's our defense? Our faith, the shield of faith. What's our offense? The word, the Bible. That's our sword. And every day we walk and we live, we have to live by this word. Man can't live off of bread alone, but also by every word of God, which is Yahawah. Sirach 33 and 14. God is set against evil and life against death. So if God is against evil, that means evil can lead to what? Death. And life is against that. So it's the godly against the sinner and the sinner against the godly. Understand that. So look upon all the works of the Most High, and there are two and two, one against another. So, beautiful. I wasn't even thinking about this precept, but it's perfect time, you know. Sirach Ecclesiasticus chapter 2 verse 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble. So what does it mean to prepare thy soul for temptation? Temptation is something that's physical. It's carnal. Like you could be tempted to want to blow up on somebody. You could be tempted to want to put some hands on somebody, which you should not do. You could be tempted to tell somebody how you really feel. They don't care about how they feel because it's real. We live in a society where feels is over real. No, I deal with what's real over how you feel. And that's what people look at me differently, you know. But to constantly endure and to not make haste in time of trouble. To not make haste means it does not physically mean to run or something. Be not so hasty to respond or to reply in such a manner because of what's happening or what's occurring. You know, we all cut each other off when we're driving on the road, right? Only pet peeve I have is give me the common courtesy of giving me the signal. I can't read your mind. I don't know what you're going to do. You know, even if you do it abruptly, remain calm, because I do the same thing. Don't be a hypocrite. I'm just saying in general. Or in times of haste when someone can falsely accuse you of something, be calm, relax, be cool. Don't be so hasty that, what are you talking about? Just relax, be cool. Trust ye in the Lord. Because like I told the lady at my job, who always been very kind to me and warm-hearted, I guess she was going through something at the job, and she told me to do something, but it's not what she said, it's how she said it. She had to come up to me and apologize. She said, every day I ask God to guide me and to help me, you know. And I told her I live by two mantras, you know. Offend less and to become a better version of what I was yesterday. So I'm constantly looking for improvement. I told her, I said, I'm being quite frank with you. I don't like people, even though I'm a person. I said, I tolerate people just like I hope they tolerate me. And I forgive people because I'm still seeking forgiveness from God. But at the end of the day, I find more comfort and joy being by myself than being around people. I said, I'm an oxymoron. I'm a social introvert, meaning that I socialize with those I'm comfortable with, but I would rather be to myself because that's the most joy I have, my solitude, my peace. If anything goes wrong, I have no one to blame but myself. If my peace is taken from me, I have no one to blame but myself. And she was just kind of like at a standstill, but we kept breaking bread a little bit more after that. I gave her a slight hug and everything, you know. And then, this happened yesterday, then some woman came up to me today and was apologizing to me, thinking about, oh, I thought we was cool like that, yada, yada, yada. I don't like masculine women. I'm saying, I didn't say this to her, I just said, I don't like masculine women, you know. Because the only way I'm going to know how to respond to that is like, where's your father, where's your brother, where's your husband and your boyfriend? I'm not going to argue with women, you know. And I'm not that old man where I can call a cousin and give her $50 and we can handle a situation in like 5-10 minutes. I don't even do that anymore, you know. But it's just a simple fact, I walk away and they see, oh, I'm sorry, I apologize. You want to know why? Because you know I'm the kind of guy that never do you wrong if it wasn't meant to happen to you, you know. But you gotta, but this is, I'm just saying, your everyday battles, man. Once you leave the domain of your house, once you cross that threshold, it's you against the world. Unless you're around like-minded men, it's literally you against the world. Even your house, I said, even your enemies would be them of your own household. My mother never took us to church. We were never raised in the church, but I always feared God because my grandmother, you know. And she was never really affectionate and all this and that. All this shit hitting the fan. My mother know I've been preaching for the longest, since 2013. She sent me all kind of heart emojis, love you, this and that, because she see the times we live in there. Prayer hands and all that stuff, man. And she know I ain't never stopped. I'm the same. I'm your son. I'm the same man that you raised. You know, you just starting to see that I've always been on the side of good. Regardless of how good life was before, I'm still the same person with the same energy, if not more, preaching the same word, man. And I have the same happiness. Why? Because I know there's something better than what we have right now. You know? And I can care less about anybody else in this society who don't believe in YAHAWASHI. But I pray he have mercy upon my mom and my auntie, who I don't even talk to like that anymore. You know? She one of those modern day fake Christians to me. But she know who the devil is, I give her that much. She know Esau's the devil. But anyways, nonetheless, though, let me leave y'all with this. Okay. So, chapter 2, verse 4. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a low estate. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable man in the furnace of adversity. You got to go through the fire. How that song go about Kanye? Through the wire. That's that funk though. It's through the fire though. Believe in him and he will help thee. Order thy way aright and trust in him. And that's why I am right now, man. I'm just like, forget it. It's just me. I just really care about me and the elect right now, man. There's nothing. I don't care about how other people feel, how they look at me or whatever. They're not gonna get that positive energy from me anymore. But I damn sure not gonna give them negative energy. I'm just gonna focus more and more and more on being at a peaceful mind and preparing myself for what's to come, which we all should be doing every day. But hey, if they're not deserving of your energy, don't give it to them. Don't give it to them. All right. So with that being said, I pray you edify and fed, stay in the spirit, don't fear it, just endure it. Ask for forgiveness, pray without ceasing, stay humble, remain diligent. YAHAWAH, Shalom.